For to, the isolated form, to, you make the connecting line. So it connects to after and before, to, and it just stays as the isolated form at the end. We go to the, make the connecting line a little bit obvious, connect it before and after, and then it takes the isolated form at the end. That's the. So sad, dad, ta, and the. And this one you have to be a little bit careful with the ayn now. Ayn, see how it is at the isolated form? When you start the word, you just keep that half circle and keep it straight. When you do the medial form, you're going to draw a shape of an upside down triangle. You see how I did it? I started from here and I went up, went again right, and went down, and that's the ayn. That's the middle form. The final form is same upside down triangle because it gets connected. See, I'm starting here, going up, going right, and then going down and getting the tail of the regular ayn. So be careful with this one right here. It's an upside down triangle. Right here we've got ghain, and it takes the same shape. You start with it this way, in the middle, upside down, ghain, and the end, ghain. And the triangle does not close. It's just because the Sharpie is thick. But let me show you to you with a thinner. So if you're writing it, you would go this way, this way, and here it is. And same here, ghain. So the space between the triangle is showing. Ghain. And then we have fa. Fa. You don't curve it, you keep it straight. Fa. In the middle, you just do the line, and then you write it again, keep it straight. And then at the end, then when you do the curve, fa. Same thing as qaf. You start with the qaf, straight, no curve. In the middle, you keep the same shape of the qaf. Oh, sorry, yes, this should go straight. And then here, that's when you do the curve. So again here, straight, no curve, straight, no curve, straight, straight. And then we have kaf. This is an interesting one because it changes. When you put it in isolated form, it's like that. When you start, watch, you do like this, and you do like that. It's like a disfigured Z, but you just start with the stick like that, and then you bring it down here. I'm going to write it one more time so you can see it. See this way? And then I go down. Kaf, kaf. In the middle, you write it this way again. I usually start with the stick, then I do the little thing so it becomes easier. And then you do like that, and then this way. Or you can start either way, from top down, or you do the stick and then you do the top part. At the end, you can either write it like that, and you curve this, or you write it just like the isolated form, whichever you're more comfortable with. You can either, you'll find it in scripts this way, but when you're writing on the computer, it would usually show you this shape, this one right here, in the final form. And then we have 5 more letters to go. Let me show you. So we've got lamb. See how it is? When you write it on the line and you start, it goes straight. Okay? In the middle, it connects and it stays straight again, both sides. At the end, that's when you bring the curve back again. So that's the isolated form. And then we've got noon. Noon, it takes the same shape as ba, te, and tha. So you start with it this way. You put the dot right on top, in the middle, right on top, at the end, then when you bring that little shape at the end. And then the ha, when you start the same way, the connecting letter. In the middle, just do the connecting letter before, and then you go straight. At the end, it changes. It takes this form right here. Remember this one right here. The ha, it takes this form. Look, I'm going to write it again. Ha, 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 ha. And there's another shape, which is a circle, and I'll show you when this circle happens in other lessons. And then we have wow. Wow again, just like alif. It gets connected to anything before it. So when you start, you don't connect it to nothing. In the middle, it gets connected to anything before it. Same thing as the final form. So you do connect it to letters before, but nothing after. Letters before, but nothing after. And then we've got the ya. It's the same as ba, ta, tha, noon. So you start this way. You write ya here. In the middle, ya. At the end, then you bring that curve. So I'm going to show you the letters that do not get connected, the ones that I marked. So you always have to be careful with them. They do get connected in the medial form to anything after, before, again, before, but nothing after. So we start alif, dal, dhal, ra, zeen, and wow. Alif, dal, dhal, ra, zeen, and wow. They do get connected in the medial form to anything before, but to nothing after. And what I mean before is when you start from right to left, from right to left. So you're starting the alif here. Alif goes here, but you don't write anything to it after it. And that will be all for the letter positions. Shukran.